DHS has clawed back $59 million spent on luxury hotels for illegals. Great work to DHS and Doge. Secretary, how you pronounce her name? Noem? Noem?
Noem, yeah.
Noem. Secretary Noem has clawed back
Or
the
Noem.
no,
Noem.
no,
Kristi Noem, yeah.
no. Okay. Claw back the full payment that FEMA deep state activists unilaterally gave New York City migrant hotels. Okay, so she said, no, no, no. We taking that money back. You were not responsible. And so what I think it was with um the 59 million, I think that was probably the remaining balance that the hotels was charging the federal government to house the illegal migrants, because why would you take push regular citizens aside for paying for a hotel, tourists to house illegals? Someone had to be paying for it. So they getting all these millions and millions of dollars from the federal government. So this was probably that last payment. But now the Trump administration is already sworn in. She's like, no, 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 you ain't getting this $59 million. So it's going to come back to where it belongs. But I'm just, when you talk about the waste of money, millions, billion, not millions, billions of dollars spent
Billion.
on illegals and nothing on Americans, number one. And number two, now and I was talking about earlier, you have the Democrats talking about reparations.
First off, they don't care about reparations. That is the banana in the tailpipe. The what's they call HR 40 has been languishing in Congress since before I could walk and talk. Okay, it's been there since 1989. I was not walking, or maybe I was walking. No, yeah, I was walking at the end of '89. So it's been there my whole life. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. Again, everything now with the Democratic Party is to get us emotionally manipulated enough to come back to the plantation, because they are shocked that black people are pushing for MAGA so hard. They're shocked that black folks are saying we want the deportations. We love Tom. Go Trump, go. They wanted to do the last playbook where they could say he's a racist, he's a fascist, he's a Nazi. We don't care about none of that because they are about to get up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
However, that $59 million, everybody who signed off on that money, all of them got fired. Trump fired them immediately. All of them lost their good government jobs. He went down the list, and anybody that had anything to do with that now no longer works for the federal government. So that also is going to incentivize people to send the money that still may be in the accounts to these sanctuary municipalities, because they don't want to lose their jobs. So I'm glad that Doge is here. I'm glad that they're firing the people. Like, something had to give because it got too out of control. And even like when we're outside now, the people are hiding. They're not at the stores anymore. I don't see any more Venezuelan flags, Mexican flags, Guatemalan flags blowing in the wind, being disrespectful. No, all of that is over. And I'm telling you guys, like, if we could just give it a year, we might have to suffer in the short term, but in the long term, all types of good stuff it's coming to us. And so, we just got to rock with it. But the people, the Negroes and the Negro adjacent people who are pushing for them to stop the mass deportation, to try to make it a minority, people of color issue, it's very important that we absolutely mute these people during this time. Do not elevate their conversations. Do not share their comments. Do not respond to them, y'all. Straight up, even if you got to block them, block them. We have to make sure that those messages are diluted and diminished as much as possible, because we all got to stay on code with this. This is for anybody else. This is Negro people's main political issue that we've been trying to get fixed since literally the 1840s. So we've been working on this, y'all, for 200 years, and here it is. So please, anybody that's going against the work that we're doing and the work of our ancestors, it's very important during Black History Month that we tell these people, you do not represent us, and shut your damn mouth.
Right. I wanted to highlight this, right? Because when we're talking about money, more money in our pockets. So President Trump, and this was last week, he released his tax plan, right? And President Trump's plan for the largest tax cut in history for middle class working Americans. No tax on tips, no tax on senior Social Security, no tax on overtime pay. Renew Trump's middle class tax cuts, adjusting the SALT cap, eliminate all special tax breaks. What does it say? Eliminate all special tax breaks for billionaire sports team owners. Close the carried interest tax deduction loophole. Tax cut for made in America products
that the president has laid out for members in that meeting today. No tax on tips, which is obviously a very public campaign promise that the president made. No tax on seniors' Social Security. No tax on overtime pay. Renewing President Trump's 2017 middle-class tax cuts. Again, these are the president's priorities. Adjusting the SALT cap. Eliminate all the special tax breaks for billionaire sports team owners. Close the carried interest tax deduction loophole. Tax cuts for made in America products. This will be the largest tax cut in history for middle-class working Americans. The president is committed to working with Congress to get this done. So,
no tax.
That's my Donnie.
No tax on overtime. No tax on tips. See, people don't understand. Well, the left, and they do. They're just trying to create false narratives to get to keep some type of support, but people need to understand when you talk about no tax on gratuity, and I've always been in the service industry as a licensed massage therapist for years. That's a lot. We are taxed. You're taxed with your regular paycheck, but then that extra gratuity is taxed on top of that. So you're technically being taxed twice. So that extra money, that could be an extra $200 a week, right? Or a month. People don't understand that extra money actually keeps people from being homeless, for going hungry. That is a big deal. People are going to save so much money just on no tax on gratuity. And then you talk about overtime, no tax. I used to working for insurance company. We used to love overtime, but to the point to where we had to calculate, okay, I'm not going to work X amount overtime hours because once they take out the taxes, you're not going to see the difference. Now you don't got to worry about that. That's a lot of money. And listen, $500 may not be a lot to some people, or $200, but it is a lot when we talk about the middle class. You want to say anything to that?
It's a lot for a lot of people. And again, they like to say that my Donnie, for those who don't know, that's what I call President Trump. A lot of people want to say that my Donnie is doing things for the billionaires. He doesn't care about the middle class. He's only going to give tax breaks to the wealthy because, again, they're playing this psyop on us, y'all. So even when, like, with all of these great tax breaks, I would say let's give it a week or so, let it kind of die down. And Social Security, the elders are living off of Social Security. I got an uncle in my house living right now off of every dime of his Social Security check. Like, that stuff matters. And so, like, the Democrats, because they are the party of the wealthy, of the out of touch people, out of the elites, they don't understand the value in that, right? So I just want to respond really quickly to one of the comments, then I'll go back to what I was saying. Someone says, damn, he can live off his Social Security income. Well, he has Parkinson's, friends. My uncle had 3 aneurysms, and we have to band together and do what we have to do. So guess what? We are going to, even the money that we're getting from the state to take care of him, like that overtime money will not be taxed. Like all of this stuff matters because at the end of the day, the labor force is going to be wide open, y'all. Wide open. These people about to go home. And Trump said everybody going to work. If you got Section 8 starting in 2025, you only get 2 years on Section 8. Then you got to go to work. There's no more passing down your Section 8 voucher. There's no more getting stamps for the rest of your life. No, you're going to get 48 or 24 months, and that's it. And so they have to make these adjustments to the wages in order to incentivize people to get back into the workforce, I believe, anyway.
No, yeah, because people will use social services as a clutch. Now,
as they've been doing.
Right. Now, there are people, whether you're a single mom or a single father, who actually do need these services. They are working, but you do need assistance when you talk about affordable living, food stamps, because I don't care if you have a full-time job making 60 or 70. If you got 2 or 3 kids, food stamps help because food is expensive. So, but if you are working, sometimes depending on your situation, you do need some extra assistance. However, you cannot live off of the government. And a lot
Correct.
of people do that. So yeah,
They've been doing it for generations. Well, again, pray for us here in the city, y'all. It is working. It is happening in real time. Everything that we've ever wanted is here. So I want to encourage everybody in your own city, make your own city red. Do the work. We actually make it look easier than it is. People are like, oh my God, you guys made this happen. We've been working on this since 2018. And here we are in 2025. So that's 7 years. A 7-year plan is the year of completion, and we're about to wrap this up. Please get busy where you are. It's easy to say, oh, we see the Chicago people and we so proud of y'all. We appreciate you being proud of us, but now you can make us even prouder by doing the work in your own town, in your own village, so that we can make this a collective effort. Take some of the burden off the people who are doing the work and kind of alleviate it partage it amongst everybody else.
tell
Yes.
people where they can follow you and your organization.
ChicagoRed.org is the organization. Please donate, y'all. Oh my God, we need the money. We need it. And it's not like people are paying their bills off of this. We got to pay the rent. Like, these walls got heat and light and gas behind them. Okay. We got to pay for it. We are doing things. We're traveling. That takes money. People want to go downtown and talk on the mic. That means you got to pay for parking. We try to accommodate our people as much as possible because they're actually putting their face in their lives on the line to do this. So please, please, please donate at ChicagoRed.org. And then you can follow me on X at ChicagoRedP. And then also subscribe to my show on Facebook, Black Excellence Hour, a show for people with high self-esteem. We're going to be moving to the radio very shortly. Right now I'm podcasting, but we're getting back on the American airwaves very soon because we got to keep this message flowing. And thank you as always, Miss Dana, for having me.
Dana with your data. Dana with the data.